Hey guys, what's up? How are you? I hope that you guys are having an amazing one today. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Jarrell, and in today's video we are going to be trying and testing out the new foundation from MAC Cosmetics. This is the MAC Studio Radiance Serum Power Foundation, and I did get mine in the shade NC30. I am really excited to try this foundation. I recently did a whole entire video trying a lot of MAC products, and I am going to link that video down below just in case you guys are interested. And also I am going to be linking everything that I use on this video down below. They are affiliated links, so thank you so much if you guys are using my links. And also, if you are new to my channel, thank you for stopping by and staying here. I also wanted to just share with you guys the skin type that I do have. I am oily to combination, and I'm pretty normal in the outer part of my face. I do have some sunspots here on the very top of my cheekbones, and I also have some discoloration around my mouth and some redness around my nose. Of course I have pores, but usually the foundation likes to settle right here between my brows and emphasize the pores around here if it's too much of a radiance foundation. But we are definitely going to be testing it out. I am going to be checking in with you guys throughout the day, but let's go ahead and get into the application process first. So let's go ahead and start the video. But before we do, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. You can also like this video because that definitely helps out my channel so much, and you can also click on the little bell that will notify you whenever I upload a new video. And without further ado, let's get started. I went ahead and prepped my skin using these two right here from MAC. This is the Hyper Real Serumizer and also the SKINCANVAS Balm. Really nice products. You just need a little bit of this because it could be a little bit too heavy if you apply too much. So far so good. I haven't had any issues, and because my skin is looking and feeling a little bit dull and dehydrated, I just decided to go with this moisturizer. I do have this primer for MAC that is amazing, super hydrating, but because the foundation, it's more of a hydrating serum kind of foundation, I actually want to try it with a mattifying primer, and I'm only going to apply the primer on this side of my face. And for that I am using the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. This is the way that I have to apply it because it actually broke. So just applying it on the right side of my face, which it will be your left side. Just make sure that you are shaking it well before you apply it. So it's 1:44 in the afternoon right now, so let's go ahead and start with the application. The Studio Radiance Serum Power Foundation does have a shelf life of 24 months and it's made in Canada, and it retails for $46. So there is a 209% more hydrated skin instantly, 24-hour hydration, 80% skincare base with hyaluronic acid, medium buildable coverage, radiance glow finish, 12-hour wear, transfer resistant, non-creasing, non-cakey, and it does not clog your pores. Right, so here is how the foundation looks on the skin. Here is with the primer and the brush application. And here we have it with no primer and the sponge application. And comparing it side by side, definitely the side with the primer, it's a little bit more mattifying. I do like the glowiness that it's giving me on this side with no primer whatsoever. And I also feel like the foundation is oxidizing just a little bit, but that always happens with MAC foundations for some reason. And it is a little bit of a deeper shade for me, I'm not gonna lie. It matches my forehead just fine, but the rest of my face and even dragging it down to my body is just a little bit too deep for me. So I am going to apply the rest of my makeup and I'll show you the final look. Going in with the Makeup by Mario concealer in the shade at 260, and this is definitely going to help us out just to even things out with the foundation. I'm using the BK Beauty 109 brush, amazing brush. Alright guys, I'm going to do my eyes off camera and I'll be right back so we can finish the rest of the makeup together.
Feel uninvited, left you home in West LA, I'm not excited, so uninspired, on my way to play the bay while you're alone. This girl's a wonder, she loves me, yeah, she needs to know.
All right, guys, so it is 3:06 in the afternoon. I am going to change my shirt to something a little bit more comfortable. I do have to go and pick up my kids, but here is how the skin looks before I start the checking in process. And here we have the side with the brush and primer. And here we have the side with just the sponge application. So I do want to give you a little bit of my first impressions, the way that I'm actually seeing my skin right now. And I do gotta say that I feel like it's emphasizing my pores and a little bit of the texture that I do have around my mouth. And it's also just settling into the pores that I do have in between my brows. It's definitely not a good way to start a review. So I am going to continue on doing the wear test for this foundation. I'm also going to show you how this makeup looks with a natural lighting. And we're going to start with the checking in right now. All right, guys, so I forgot to check with you guys, but it is 4:26 in the afternoon right now, and here we have the foundation with the primer, and here we have the foundation with no primer. So the skin is looking pretty nice. I mean, the texture is being emphasized, but not more than what it was before when I first applied it. So I will check back with you guys later on today. Alright, guys, so it is 6:12 in the afternoon right now, and here is the side with the primer, and here's the side with no primer. And I'm sweating. I was just putting some bags on the back of my car. But yeah, here's how the foundation looks. So I mean, I do see that it looks really nice and beautiful. I will be definitely touching up if I was to wear this foundation. I really do like the way that my skin looks in the outer part of my face, just because I don't have like really visible pores there. The pores are really just in this area right here and between my brows. All right, guys, so it is at 9:48 at night, and here is how the skin looks with no touch-ups after a very long day. And this is how the skin looks on the side with the primer and the brush application. And here is how the skin looks with no primer and the sponge application. So now that you got a close-up of the skin, the first thing that I wanted to tell you is that I remember reading something about being transfer proof or transfer something, and okay, so it says that it is a 12-hour wear, transfer resistance, non-creasing, and non-cakey. And when it comes to the transfer resistance, I do gotta say that I have foundation all over my shirt. This is a shirt that I actually changed into right away from when I was filming earlier today, and just because it is a really comfy shirt and my go-to when I have to run errands. And I do gotta say that this is really nasty, just because I bring the foundation down my neck, and you know, it has transferred to my shirt. So when it comes to the transfer resistance, yeah, not 100% on that, that's for sure. Obviously, you know, I mean, there's proof here. And also the other thing is non-creasing and non-cakey. The only thing that I do gotta say is that even though it is not caking, it is building up around my nose just a little bit. I mean, you have to be like super close to my face, but right here on my nose I do see that there is a little bit of foundation, but it could also be the concealer, just because I did have to add a little bit of concealer because I do have so much redness there. So the way that I feel about this foundation, I think that it's a really nice, beautiful foundation. I think that the coverage that you actually get from this foundation, it's really nice, right in the middle, not too much. You can definitely build it up, but I really like what it did to my skin right away. It just evened it out. It provided me with the coverage that I wanted. I do like this side a little bit better, comparing it to the primer side, just because it gave me a little bit more glow. And I do really like what it does to the outer part of my face, like that glowiness, that radiance that it gives you. It's really nice and beautiful. I am going to have to prep my skin accordingly, especially in the center of my face. I am going to use a mattifying primer if I decide to use this foundation again, just because I really think that this is just a little bit too oily for my liking. You know, you can always touch up. You can always, you know, just add a little bit of powder throughout the day. Just soak up your oils either with a little napkin or tissue, and you can definitely make it work like that. I usually don't touch up my foundation unless it's like super necessary. I also really do like how long it's lasting, because there is no missing foundation anywhere. I mean, there is foundation everywhere on my face. The only part that I can really, I mean, if I want to nitpick, is just that there's a little bit of redness peeking through right here. Like, like a little line of redness on my chin, but even so, there's still foundation on my chin. There's a little bit of foundation missing really close to my nose again, but that's it. I mean, everywhere else the foundation is looking really nice. So I am going to touch up just to see how the foundation looks. Just going to add it right where I do see a little bit of too much shine. And that's it. That's all I needed to do. Just needed to touch up a little bit on the center of my face just so we can revive this foundation and how it actually looks. It looks a little bit more presentable, nothing too greasy. But I really do like it. I really like what it has done to the outer part of my face. I really like that healthy glow, that youthful skin. I really do like it, and maybe that's why I feel like I'm going to try this again, just, you know, prepping my skin accordingly. I think that I'm going to gravitate towards this foundation a little bit more when it's not so hot outside for my combo skin. I think that if you are more on the normal drier side, I think that you will really enjoy this foundation. But let me know in the comment section down below, what is your skin type? Are you oily to combination? Are you more on the oily side? Have you already tried this foundation? How are you feeling about it? If you are more on the drier side, are you really enjoying this foundation? Because it really feels like super lightweight. It felt like you have something in the very beginning when I first applied it, but then it wore off. I didn't feel like this foundation was heavy throughout the day, so that is always a plus when it comes to wearing a foundation or makeup on your skin. That is it for the MAC Studio Radiance Serum Power Foundation review. I hope that it was helpful to you guys. Just in case you guys were eyeing this new foundation from MAC Cosmetics, I hope that I was able to help you, whether you are going to get it or not, or just to, you know, have an idea whether it's something that you might want to purchase in the future. But yeah, that is it, my friends. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your love, your time, and support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you next time.